So
you have any idea what it would entail?
No, but I do respect the genre now. I'm giving you guys another hot tip. We're talking about favorite horror movies. Check out on demand now, Afflicted. Okay, I really kind of think it's interesting. Just an interesting use of GoPro camera and a redefining again of the vampire myth.
Thank you.
First, I just want to say hi. I'm a fan for 26 years. Love the series. Robert, I loved you on when you guys started Marrying Your Children.
Thank you.
But I would like to know an opinion from all three of you. How would you compare your portrayal of Freddy with Jackie Earl Haley's in the remake?
He doesn't like it at all.
I don't know, but I'm sort of a Robert and a girl. I don't know.
No, it's not. It's apples and oranges. Jackie Earl Haley is a terrific actor. If you've seen, it's the best thing you've watched.
That's the main reason I need to
He's one of the best things in RoboCop. He's brilliant in a cameo with Leonardo DiCaprio in a movie called Shuttered Island. He's great. He's great with little children, but I think he throws them to the off balance. That's the flaw in the film. I think it's the flaw in the film, but I love his acting. But he's terrific. Jackie's a terrific actor. I discovered Jackie in 1980 in a film called Breaking Away. And my buddy, the star of that film, Dennis Christopher, who plays the lawyer in Django Unchained, Dennis was nominated for the British Academy Award for that. And Jackie literally invented the slacker character in that movie. People want to give the credit to, Sean Penn. Or they want to give the credit to Keanu Reeves for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. But it's actually Jackie that invented that. But I think the problem with the remake is they just did it too soon. It's just too soon. We're on our third, Heather and Amanda and I are on our third generation, the beginning of our third generation of fans, because of the great technology Hollywood has invented. Like I was saying earlier, a 12-year-old boy watching, Heather in the bathtub on a 50-inch flat screen in Blu-ray DVD, master, thinks he can see a nipple, It's really great. It looks great. And so consequently, I think they're stepping on their own toes. That's why everybody has their own theories. Heather's is a little more sacred than my theory. She didn't explain it to you, but I just think it was too soon for them to remake it. And I think the makeup's too real. It's too earthbound. Freddy's not real. Freddy only exists in the imagination of the victim he's going to have sooner or later. If you watch Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, there's a way to watch that where the entire film is Heather's precognitive dream. The entire film could be Heather's precognitive dream warning of what's about to happen. Because at the end, Amanda and Johnny pick her up to go to school. Now, it's a little bit hyper-real, the lighting. And the soundtrack's a little, Snow White.
Strange fall.
Heather still does it.
We're not doing it, or would it be so bad?
What's your
My favorite line in the whole movie, because I had just moved to California, and I didn't know that, they have June gloom, which is this condition where it's just gloomy and gray all day until about noon, and then it burns off, and it gets to be a beautiful sunny day. And so this line Ronnie says is, it's going to burn off sooner, it wouldn't be so bright. I had to ask her, what does that mean? And then she told me all about June gloom in California, but she says it with this chipper, calm attitude in that white dress. It was my favorite scene with Ronnie by far.
I think sometime we'll get a tequila shot in Heather, and we'll get her to confess her real feelings about the remake. She's being very polite. So classic.
There's no reason to say bad things right now. It's our first hour of it. Thank you.
Next question.
Hi, over here. Miss Heather, I was wondering if maybe you could say screw sleep.
In what mood? What style? No. Let's see. Screw sleep!
I got another one. Mr. Robert, could you do me a favor and say I'm your boyfriend now, Nikki?
my god.
Mickey or Mickey?
Nikki.
I'm your boyfriend now, Mickey.
Miss Amanda, I was hoping that you could say, there are 4 letters in my name. How can there be enough room on your joint for 4 letters?
That's mean. That's a long line.
I just said it. So, there's 4 letters in my name, Rod. How can there be room on your joint for 4 letters? Thank you guys.
Hi, Robert. You scared me like my whole life, and you still continue to scare me. And I just think you guys are really awesome. And I was wondering if you could do I got the brains and you got the body thing.
You've got the body. I've got the brains.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. No wonder I don't know.
Hello, everybody. I have a question for all of you, and especially Robert. What, out of all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, is your favorite one-liner?
Heather?
Okay, I didn't think. There's a lot.
Okay, well, mine is, there's 2 of them, and I came up with one and I embellished the other. There's the one from part 3. Welcome to Prime Time, the Arch. It was written like something like, well, you finally made it to the big time now, haven't you? It sounded very Noel Coward. Man, you're finally made it to the big time now. And then the other one is, actually, Freddy versus Jason. It's just, there is a whole subtext of violation in all these movies. It's the violation of privacy, it's the violation of your subconscious. But in your subconscious, there's an awful lot of stuff going on, sexual, otherwise. And I think I'm straddling Monica Keena, the lovely ingenue from Entourage, and I say something like, don't worry, princess, the first time pens to get a little messy.
I think one of the lines I like the best is, because so many kids identify with this line, and it's, screw your past. And that really resonated with a lot of high school students at the time. I think I really loved that. Because Wes had an ability to make his dialogue so accessible to teenagers, even though he was, 40, I don't know what he was at the time, but it's hard to do that now. I think people try to be so hip sometimes now, but, like that line you just said. I mean, I never thought that line would make it.
No.
But man, it was so great. And the other line I really like, of course, I love the line that Glenn, whatever you do, don't fall asleep. I think that's the whole movie in a nutshell right there. It could have been a tagline for the poster.
I like that serious. If we're just doing our own lines, I think the most fun, and Steve always say, did you dream about the same creep I did? Because I think that's what everybody's saying to each other through all the movies. So it's, I like that one. But there's so many good one-liners. But I was going to say one of my favorites is Welcome to Prime Time. I'm sorry, can I say that? and obviously Screw Sleep and those great iconic lines. And people say them to me all the time. They're just so funny. I know.
One of the lines that I make fun of, actually, in my documentary on Nancy. That one.
What?
That one is really...
That's an improv from Wes telling me that, again, that line about, Freddy's the bastard stepfather of us all. And so if Freddy is, and, symbolic of that, the evil stepfather, like the evil stepmother in Cinderella, right? You guys are not saying stepfathers are bad. But in literature, and there was even right around the time we did that, there was a great little horror film called The Stepfather, starring one of my leading ladies, Jill Sholin, and Terry from Lost. Terry Quinn. Terry Quinn. And it's Terry Quinn's first break. It's where everybody first discovered Terry Quinn, He'd been wearing a bad toupee or something. He used to part, and everybody saw me, wow, who is this guy? He's been knocking on doors in Hollywood for years. And Jilly, my leading lady from Phantom of the Opera, that was her film as well. And I think that was part of that stepfather thing in the kind of popular culture as an evil equivalent. So, daddy, come to daddy, come to papa. It became a kind of a neat, creepy thing. Like somebody would violate that trust, just like Freddy violates your subconscious.
Oh, there's so many good lines there. What about What a Rush?
And where's the infant bourbon? I said where?
That's good. They're all good. Like Robert remembers a lot of those.
First of all, thank you, big fan. Thank you for coming to San Antonio. Appreciate it.
Oh, you guys listen. No, you guys, we're applauding you. I haven't taken the girl, well, she's already been on the Riverwalk. I think Mandy got here yesterday. She found that very quickly. But you guys, whoever your urban landscaper is, who's ever in charge of saving your old buildings, whoever is the mastermind behind. Every time I come here, Riverwalk's a little longer and even more landscaped, and there's more plants and a new waterfall or a new tree. You guys, and in the summer it's 10 degrees cooler when you walk down to the Riverwalk. It's just, you are one of the best urban landscapes in America. Yep. You guys should just celebrate. I'll come here just to do a morning show for publicity, just because I want to hang out for a couple of days.
My question, you do the movies, how soon after you actually turn around and watch them, and just say, Nightmare on Elm Street for the first one? How long did it take you to
It took me years and years to see it.
Didn't we see Nightmare on Elm together?
We did, but
we couldn't get in.
Yeah, I couldn't get in. And then I went to see it when it opened in the theaters. It was sold out twice. And then I said, screw it, and so then
we waited a while.
And then I saw it with Heather, and it flipped me out because it had been so long past the time I'd seen it.
What did your family think of that? Especially you guys are so young at the time, and your family not mind seeing you get mutilated on screen. I don't know. I hope my family saw it.
I think my family saw it. No.
It was not a big deal. I mean, it wasn't like...
My mother reacted, my parents, my mother reacted. I've done 15 movies before, and all of the sins and problems I ever had with my father for not being a lawyer were absolved the moment he saw the last name on the screen, England, in big letters. But they only knew about the celebrities around them, the phenomenon. They never saw the movie. They just knew that their son was in this movie because everybody would come up to them and tell them all about this movie.
But my dad still asks me why I haven't applied to law school. Like, my dad never gave it up. He's always like, he's still doing that. But yeah, it wasn't this the kind of movie where it wasn't like Spider-Man, where everyone is on everyone's tip of everyone's tongue.
But we weren't. It wasn't because it didn't roll out what they call coast to coast. It only rolled out in segments of the country. So I was over in England doing publicity for my TV series, and I was mobbed by Freddy fans. And I saw Freddy on the side of a double-decker bus. And that's sort of when I was getting this inkling, that it was really snowballing. And then when I went to sign autographs with William Shatner in New York for science fiction, for a science fiction show I was on, and my line just mutated into Freddy fans. But this was very, very early on. I hadn't seen it yet either. And I was there because my life was all this TV science sci-fi show. And I saw it, and it looked like that somebody cloned the Ramones 100 times over. And that was my line at the end of all these little kids with sweaters tied in knots over polo shirts that wanted to know the plot of season 2 of V.
Because if you missed the run of the movie and you missed the second run at the low budget movie theater, then we didn't have a way because VHS was just about to come out. It wasn't out yet, so
you didn't have
I didn't have a way to see it, and that was we realized how much changed when those VCRs were invented. And then actually, I might have seen it. Really sat down and watched it on VCR. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're going to have to shut it down there. Out of time. You guys going to be available for pictures autographs on the channel?
Yeah, and we're going to be taking pictures together. And we're doing, I think we're doing more panels together. And we're doing autographs, yeah. So show me that. I want to see some cool stuff, some cool memorabilia, you guys. Woo!